Hey guys. Okay, if you're watching this video, then that means you're ready for your next assignment for Monday, April 20th. So, first things first, go ahead and grab a piece of paper and a pencil, and just like the other drawings you did, go ahead and write the date, which is April 20th. Write your date up here and your name. And then we're going to leave the rest of the paper blank for the rest of our drawing. Now, for today's assignment, what we're basically going to be doing is we're going to be revisiting perspective. Now, if you guys remember in class when we did perspective, we worked on 2-point perspective. It was the project, if you guys remember, where you wrote your name in big bold letters and then you put like the patterns inside of it. Remember, that was 2-point perspective. Well, for this assignment, we're actually going to be doing 1-point perspective. So it's probably going to be a little bit easier, maybe, depending on how you look at it. But we're only using 1 point. So let's go ahead and get started. So basically what you're going to be doing right now with me, follow along with me, and what we're going to be doing is drawing a basic 1-point perspective template that you're going to use for your drawing. Okay? So, let me grab my ruler. So, if you don't have a ruler, don't worry. Just use any kind of straight edge thing that you have at home, another piece of paper, a textbook, something with a nice straight edge. Just enough that you can draw a straight edge across the middle of your paper, just like this. Okay, so we're going to do it not exactly in the very middle of the paper, but just maybe, because you want there to be a lot more room down here at the bottom than in the top. Or, you guys can play around with the line placement if you want. You can even do it just right in the middle of the paper too. Totally up to you. Alright, now that you got your line, we're going to put a little dot right here in the center, and that is our vanishing point. That's basically our starting point where everything is going to be gravitating towards. So now that you have this, next we're going to do this little pattern here, and this is what's going to help you really get that first point perspective visual in your drawings. So we're just going to do little dash marks here, and this is just to remind you guys, and you can include this in your drawing too. I'll actually show you guys an example in a little bit, but just remember, when it comes to 1-point perspective, everything closest to the vanishing point, this point right here, is small, and then as you go outwards out of the paper, it gets bigger. So it starts small and then gradually gets bigger. Okay, so that's your basic template for 1-point perspective. Now, using this little template, here's what I want you guys to do. I want you guys to draw a scene, like a nice little landscape kind of drawing of a place that you would like to go to. Once we're able to leave the house and maybe go on vacation, or with your family and stuff like that. A place maybe that you were planning on going on vacation, maybe a place that you miss, a place that you'd like to go that you've never been, any kind of place like that. It could be somewhere out of the country, it could be somewhere like an amusement park, somewhere locally around here in Texas, anything like that. So I just want you to draw like a nice scenery kind of picture of any place that you want. And I want there to be a lot of detail in it. If you're going to be doing buildings, I want there to be like windows, doors. If you're drawing like a store or something, I want to see the name of the store written on there. Any little details that you can remember of these certain places like that you're thinking of, just put as much detail as you can, and just make a nice little fun drawing. Put little people in there, put some cars in there, make it just like a nice little scene. And also, if you have colored pencils or markers or anything like that at home, definitely color it. It's not required, but if you have all the materials at home, definitely color it, because it will turn out way, way better if you color it. And you're going to have a lot more fun with it if you're able to color it. So, yeah. With all that being said, I'm going to do like a quick little example of how to do some 1-point perspective stuff. Okay. So let's say I'm doing the assignment, right? And I was going to choose a beach setting or like Galveston, a place with an ocean and maybe some buildings, So let's say Galveston. So I'm going to draw like the road and like the seawall. So like hotels, people on the seawall, the actual ocean, stuff like that. So I'm going to use this as the road, like a road that kind of fades off into the sunset, and it's going to be a two-way road. And if I put a circle in there, that makes it the Deathly Hallows, but I'm not going to do that. Any Harry Potter nerds out there? I am. Yeah. Anywho, just do like some little, I'm not going to do them like, two-way road. And then this would be like as you're driving along the seawall, this would be like the sidewalk that you'd actually walk along the seawall. This side would be the other part of the seawall where there's another sidewalk, and this would be like where all the hotels and stuff, but I'll do that in a minute. Let's just do the water real quick. I think it's funny I picked a green Sharpie for the Galveston water. And then maybe like some foam, maybe like some waves crashing. This is very quick drawing, but you guys take your time with this, put as much detail, like I said, put as much detail on this as you can. Alright, so that's the water. It's very choppy today and very gross looking. Alright, so when it comes to buildings, if you're going to be doing buildings, there's actually two ways that you could do it. So the first way is if you want to show like a side of a building and then the front part. So what you would do is you would follow this line here. And actually, speaking of these lines, these kind of lines are going to go above the horizon line. This line right here, this is the horizon line. So these, like, what do you call it? These diagonal lines. Diagonal lines also go up this way. So, say you're going to do a building. So you'd follow this line like this. And then this line up here would be just straight up and down vertical. And so would this line. And then if you want to do like, this is going to be the top of the building. And then to show a side of the building, you're just going to do it straight horizontal, left and right. Same as the horizontal line. And this is essentially what you're going to be drawing is like a cube, like the front side of a cube, more or less. It's not the best looking thing, but you know. Because basically you're just going to have this front side showing, and then, yeah, that side's going to follow this, vertical, and then if you want to add like little details to the buildings, you can. You know, really depends on what you guys are going to be drawing, but this is just a quick example. And then if you're going to be doing like doors, again, follow these lines, up and down like this, and then you're actually going to follow this line. Because essentially what you're doing as you're drawing this, it's all, like I said from the beginning, it's all gravitating towards the vanishing point. So as you're going inwards, everything's getting smaller and smaller. So there's that way to do a building. Now I have another way that I'll show you real quick that I drew. And this is if you want to do buildings that go completely off the page. So it's not going to look like this, but if you just want them to just go completely off, here's a good example right here. Okay. So again, horizon line, vanishing point, and the buildings are just coming off the page. There's no line, horizontal line like these, where you see the front of the building. It's all just going to be coming off the page, just in a triangular shape. So that's basically 1 point perspective. That might have been a lot of information to take in, but if you still have any questions at all, feel free to email me, and I can send you some resources that'll help you, you know, give you some better ideas of 1 point perspective. But essentially you can just make it look like this too, you know, it's not that bad, but, or something like that. But just, you know, take your time with it, like, you know, take your time with it, have fun with it, color it, put as much detail as you'd like with it, make little scenes in there, but as long as you follow, I almost knocked this over, as long as you follow the 1 point perspective, pretty close, that's fine. I just want you guys to make a really fun picture of a place that you love to go to. And, yeah, that's all I could really say about the assignment. Like I said, if you have any questions, feel free to email me and I'll get back to you. So until then, like I said, this is your assignment for April 20th, Monday. And I can't wait to see what you guys draw. I know they're going to be really, really neat. So until then, I will talk to you guys later. Bye.